Hello everybody, it's Olivier, and the objective of this video, and I'm having a lot of fun with this now, is anybody can trade. This is the whole thing now. After doing all these very sophisticated EAs, it costs thousands of dollars. For $31, I'm going to teach anybody how to trade, okay? If you haven't traded since yesterday, or before, or you've never traded, look at this and then make up your mind. Okay, this is a normal price chart. Okay, you can see it's a 1 hour price chart on the euro. Now, why do I like currencies? I'll tell you why I like currencies. A little history on me. I've been in finance for about 30 years. I have a BA and an MBA from the US, some very good schools. I worked 15 years in the city. I got into Credit Suisse, which was a major achievement. It's a huge firm. I worked there for 9 years, reached director, and I was with Deutsche Bank also for about, where also I reached director. So, and then I left of my own accord because I wanted to live free. I wanted no bosses. I wanted nobody telling me what to do, how to trade. I really couldn't take the pressure anymore. I wanted to be alone. I have my house by the sea. I have my 2 cars. I have everything I want. I've been trading since 2001. And I got away from stocks because I was losing money on stocks, and I got into currencies, and I've been happy ever since. Honestly happy. I mean, I'm not looking for huge fortunes. I've made a lot of money. I've lost some money, but overall, I have enough to live very comfortably in a beautiful country called France next to the sea. Okay, so enough. Currencies. What's interesting about currencies, and let me compare currencies to stocks, because this is the euro, okay? When you own the euro, you are owning the economy of Europe, you are owning the euro, so you have something. When you short the euro, you also have something. You have dollars. You're owning dollars. In fact, the only way for Americans right now to own dollars, apart from the dollars they have, is to go and short the euro or another currency. Usually it's euro because it's a $4 billion market. It can't be manipulated like stocks. It's very difficult for governments to move it. The Swiss government tried it and got smacked on the head. I love the euro. The spreads are thin, and you can open an account with $30 tomorrow on the euro. And my EA will work on that, okay? So, let's go through my theory. Anybody can understand it, okay? We have an indicator, okay, called Bollinger Bands. You can look it up anywhere. Written by Mr. Bollinger, who happened to work for CNBC a long time ago, and was looking for a simple way to look at one chart and know where he was. Okay, and he succeeded in doing that. This is a Bollinger chart here. Okay, now you can see what's interesting about the Bollinger chart is this one look tells you where you are, and I'll tell you why. Here in the middle you have what is called a moving average. Okay, most people know what a moving average is. This moving average here tells you it's going up. This is an uptrend. Just by looking at the moving average, you know the market's in an uptrend. I mean, you could do it with your own eyes, but this is more confirmation. Here you can see it was in a downtrend. What I'm more interested in, and what I've studied over years and years and years and years and years, is the Bollinger Bands itself. Because what's interesting about the Bollinger Bands is from the midpoint here, there's a standard deviation on top, standard deviation down the bottom. Standard deviation reacts very quickly to price. So these bands move quickly. They shorten and they heighten. Okay? I'm interested in the bands when they are large, because that's when I do most of my trades. You see here, I'll give you quickly. Below the band is the way I use Bollinger Bands. There are 5 ways to use Bollinger Bands. This is one of them that's not classical. It's sort of a contrarian way to use it that works very well for me. Buy below when you are below, and there's a certain way to do it, and my EA does it. You don't just touch and go, as Bollinger says. You don't take breakout trades, and you can also be walking down the band. Okay? There are various tricks to it. You can also lose a lot of money by not doing this properly. That's in my EA. That's my only secret. And it's taken years of observation. I tried different things. 3 candles, 4 candles, walking down the band, touch and go, whatever you want. You can look it all up in the Bollinger book. To me, this is the best way. So I would buy here, okay, and come out when something happens down here. That is not a bad trade, okay? Easier trades. The markets will range 75% of the time and trend the rest of the time. So most of the time, you're in a ranging market. Here's another range, a proper one, okay? You have on top here, you are above the band, okay? Whatever you do when you're above this band, you're not in a bad position. I would sleep comfortably once you're buying in there. Now, if you're buying in here somewhere, you don't know what's going to happen. But you're top of the band here. It didn't quite touch the bottom, but obviously, the EA would get you out around there. No problem. It likes touching the bottom. And here again, you could have bought and gone back up here. See all this range trading? You can be doing this all day. Now let's have a look at my 31 euro EA. You can put on 24 hours, 24/5. You can put it on Sunday. You put it on a 4-hour chart. You put it on a low. Okay, put it on 0.01 here. I'm telling you, you're not going to lose a lot of money. You're going to make money. You can have a stop you can put in. I suggest you put one in. And here you have the bands. Okay? And my secret has been that quite accidentally, I use ATR stops. ATR is average true range, which will move with the volatility. It's a bit more complex. But you have a stop in there that will stop you out so you don't lose your money. And they are optimized. Okay, it's very easy to optimize. I mean, you can start off by putting this at 20. This is what Bollinger suggested. 20, 2, and 2. Okay, 20 and 2. So the ATR period is a different thing. But it's extremely easy, and I would suggest you do that. It takes a couple of days to use the tester right here. Okay, go to expert properties, and in here I have on the front page where you want to try and look. You have very, very few things to optimize, and having a correct optimization of the bands is the way I've improved Bollinger. Because Bollinger did his research quite a long time ago, and markets move a lot. Okay, this is my EA. It will buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here. You even have this nifty little feature that a lot of computers use on the black box, basically, is here, close on the MA cross. Okay, so if you don't want to wait till the bottom of the band, here I'll close on this cross. And I worked at Credit Suisse, and I can tell you that's a very profitable computer. Just buy up here, sell on the midpoint. Buy up here, sell on the midpoint. Buy up here, sell on the midpoint. You can do that comfortably, 24/7. Set it up on Sunday. Look at it on Friday. I'm sure you've made money. Okay, $31. vilified by a lot of people because, you know, people want complicated stuff, set files, things. You gotta explain that. You gotta go. Look at all the comments on the other robots. Look at it, the hundreds of pages of people. Oh, I tried this broker and this and that. Look how simple this method is. Okay, $31. I want everybody to have it. I've sold thousands of it. There's nothing wrong with it. I've had about a 2 or 3% sort of reject rate, if you can call it that. Nobody's asked me for their money back. I've explained how to use. No problem. I have a little bit more sophisticated product now, also called the BBSO Genuity Ranger, which is a much more sophisticated product. It also has the black box main module in there. It has you can enter random pips. Okay, the black box module is in there. You have a trend module. Okay, you have a breakout module, and breakout is my pet peeve because, for instance here, you can see that there was what is called a squeeze. A squeeze is determined when the bands are very, very narrow and the Keltner band's in there, so a bit more technical in that, and there is often a breakout following the squeeze. Okay, and if you have a program that does that, okay, well, you're also enhancing what you're doing. Let me put the equity value below 5 here, so you can see how quickly this product, $61 now. It was worth thousands before. Okay, look how quickly it's optimized it, and it can do that, you know, many times a day. So it's found a 40 band period, a 2.25 deviation, step order, because you can do baskets, an ATR period, an ATR multiple, etc. Now this one's much more complicated in the way it gets out. You can get out by if you create multiple orders, which the other one can't, it'll do a basket for you. When the basket's in profit, it'll go out. It'll also move to break even. It'll have an ATR stop, and it will also take you out when you reach the other end of the band, and also tell you where the trend is. Okay, because it has a complex mathematical filter that was slagged down by a lot of people. So anyway, at the end of my selling of the bigger module that I had, which I sold for $1,000 at one stage because it was for more sophisticated people, a lot of people couldn't understand it, but I've put in there a filter, because the filter will tell you that there is a downtrend and you really don't want to be buying in a downtrend doing a contrarian trade. So that will save you money. So here it is. Simple. $31 or $61. Take your pick. Start with $31. Start with a $30 account. All you have to do is an MT4 account. $31. I'll be there. I'm always on PMs. People know I'm available. I'll answer you in the middle of the night if I have to. I'll help you get going on this. I want people to start trading currencies. I don't want people to spend thousands of dollars. I don't want people to have set files. Okay, I'm here for that. Goodbye.